Greetings, Earthlings. Here we meet again, and we're very excited for our podcast 2.0. This time, we're partnering up with Jeremy Dalmas, and we're going to be taking on exciting astral journeys on our space shuttle.
Hi.
Hello, Jeremy.
I'm really excited about this podcast, this season of it. I come from San Francisco, and I'm just really excited to be traveling all around the universe with you in the Space Debris Space Shuttle.
Yes, so we're reporting live from Space Debris right now, and I would like Jeremy to tell the Space Debris fans a little bit more about himself.
I'm from San Francisco. In San Francisco, I'm a radio reporter. I interview people, and I make radio pieces. I'm also a musician and a sound artist, but most importantly, I'm an astrophysicist. I studied astrophysics at Berkeley, and I am an expert in astrophysics.
How amazing. You just have the best qualifications for a space girl, and I'm very proud to say Jeremy is our most newly initiated space girl, and he's very, very excited, and we're so glad to have him with us.
I worked so hard. I was so excited about becoming a space girl. I didn't know if it was going to happen.
You did. You worked very, very hard for it. And maybe in one of our next episodes, we will talk about one of those journeys we had with you. Maybe we can program our space shuttle to go back in time and go to that time, what made you a space girl. Right, Jeremy?
Yeah, there was one moment, but I won't spoil it.
Yeah,
now.
Let's not give a spoiler just yet.
So over the course of the next episodes, we're going to be traveling around to all these different art exhibits.
Yes, and we'll take our space shuttle there, and we will report from those venues and tell you our impressions about them.
So you are an art expert, and I am an astrophysics expert.
And together...
I'm the space, and you're the debris.
So, Jeremy, I prepared a question for you. I figured it would be a nice introduction for our listeners and for each other to ask questions about each other's expertise. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. And that sounds great to me. So you're going to ask me a question about astrophysics?
Yes, I prepared a question for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared, but also very excited.
Scared. So my question is, I want to ask you about the two black holes emerging.
When two black holes merge?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can tell us what a black hole is, if for our listeners who don't know about it. And then I'm curious, because they say now that the scientists have found this phenomenon, and they say that if the two black holes merge, it could create one big massive hole that could even swallow the universe. Is that true?
I don't think it would swallow the universe.
What would happen?
So it's not... I would say it isn't true. Well, you asked what a black hole is, so I can say what a black hole is. Okay, right? A black hole is when there's something that's so dense that...
Like a star?
Yeah. Like when a star dies. So a star normally in its life, its gravity tries to push it like down inside of itself. It tries to like smush up inside of itself. That's what the gravity does. But then it gets so hot that the pressure from the sun pushes back up against the gravity with all of its nuclear explosions. By the end of its life, it uses up all its nuclear explosions, and then it collapses in on itself, and it turns into a black hole. And black holes have so much gravity in them that nothing can escape from them, not even light.
So it's like an inward void?
Yeah, it's like
that swallows everything around it.
Yes. Nothing can get out. And the edge of it is a place called an event horizon. And if you pass over that barrier, there's no way out. no way out.
So has the debris ever got stuck inside one of those black holes when it was traveling?
Yeah, anything could get stuck in a black hole. You could get stuck in a black hole.
We have to watch out when we take our astral journeys in our space shuttle.
Otherwise, we'll get stuck and never come back.
Do we know when it's coming? In what condition does the black hole happen?
They're black. You can't, like I said, they're not even light can escape, and so they're just black. They're just nothingness. Because you can't see them. You can see them because they block things behind them, so it'll be like a shadow in front of everything else. But you couldn't see them of themselves.
So does that create a danger for us, you think?
I think, if we're careful, we can probably avoid them.
Yeah, we could have our space powers maybe enlighten us enough to know not to go inside it.
We can use all our sensors on our spaceship to detect them, maybe.
Yes, I think we should start this program right now. The black hole alert.
If you have two black holes that hit into one another, they'll make a more big black hole. But it wouldn't swallow the universe. It would just be a little bit bigger than the old black hole.
So how do they merge? They just come together?
They come together, yeah. In the center of not the universe, the center of the galaxy, there's one very, very giant black hole, a supermassive black hole.
Bigger,
it eats more and more stuff and gets bigger and bigger.
So eventually, it could swallow the whole universe.
Well, stuff would have to get close enough. If something's far away, it's not going to fall into it.
But if it's there and it's not going away, it's not disappearing, right?
The black hole isn't disappearing? Is that
Yeah, does it?
There's a thing called Hawking's radiation, named after Stephen Hawking. And black holes can evaporate by this thing called Hawking's radiation, but it takes so long that it'll take like billions and billions and billions of years.
What's the Hawking's radiation?
Basically, it just loses a little bit of its mass over time.
But how is it created?
It's kind of complicated.
You can't explain it to normal people? What are you saying?
I would need to... I don't think... basically, there's like... sometimes in quantum mechanics, just like little particles come out of nothingness, but then they just go back into nothingness again if there's a short amount of time. But if they're on the edge of a black hole, they'll lose part of their energy into the black hole before they pop back into nothingness again, and that'll make part of the black hole evaporate. But it happens really slowly, and just a tiny little bit of energy at a time.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay. So you asked me an astrophysics question.
Yes.
And now I'm going to ask you an art question. Okay. So right now in Istanbul, there's an art biennial, right?
Yes, the Istanbul Biennial. The 15th Istanbul Biennial. You're talking about that one?
Yes.
Yes.
And biennials happen in different places, not just in Istanbul.
Yes.
Why would a city want to have a biennial? Why would they want to have an art biennial? What's the pluses and minuses of having a biennial?
Because it's a massive cultural event that... What kind of a question is that? I'm going to sound stupid.
You don't like the question? Should I ask a different question?
No, because why does anybody have anything? Like, why do you make art exhibitions? Or... You're serious?
Sometimes simple questions can be the most interesting, but maybe it was a bad question.
Well, I mean, I think, biennials have a long history in the making, and it's something that is also a cultural melting pot, and they allow those cultural dialogues in the artistic sense to merge and become a melting pot. And it's interesting in terms of actually starting those conversations on an international level. And then it's exciting, and it's also, especially in cities that has been a cultural melting pot, already has that history, and that artistic expression is a way to bring that interest from abroad as well, and then bring it together in one city, and then have it in a conceptual framework that would also have a critical dialogue as well.
So it's a way of connecting up some of that's going on here with international.
Yeah, and with like the history, like the city's history and the cultural traditions, and also the tradition of art history, and also like introducing new dialogues in the contemporary art as well, with the new work being made, and having actually also other artists from different places to come to that space, the city, to also react to it and express and interact as well. Jeremy, there's a signal coming in, I think.
Oh, is there? Oh, it's coming in. It's getting us.
Yes, it's getting closer. Oh, Etam, what are you doing here? You know, Jeremy, it's such luck because it's going to be our first space shuttle stop.
What's the space shuttle stop? I don't even know this yet.
Well, Etam Shahin. Let's talk to him. Etam, we're going to visit you soon in your exhibition, and we'll be taking our space shuttle there. But first, maybe you tell our Space Debris fans what's it about? Would you like to do that?
It's about instruments.
So it's like, could we say it's an instrumental space-time?
Yes, of course. Exactly. Instruments are silent. When you go to space, they become all signalistic.
I'm so excited, Seyhan, about our first shuttle ride.
Me too.
I can't even hold it in. Is there anything I need to do to prepare to come?
Maybe you can select a composition or partition, something to play. If you want to play the piano, you can practice and rehearse.
I'm so excited because I play the piano. I'm really excited to come play. Oh, wow. I wish we could go right now.
Peace in Mind.
You do?
Yeah. It's by John Cage, Silence.
Oh. Well, I hope everyone tunes into the next episode, and here's about our first journey.
Here's to our first journey. See you there, Etham.
See you soon.